Hello, and welcome to the Introduction to Psychology course. My name is Patricia, and I am one of a number of professors who teach the Introductory Psychology course. As a team, we are all very excited to have you with us this semester, and we hope that this tutorial will assist you with getting started in the course and answer any questions you might have. Included in this tutorial is information regarding the course format and the resources you will need in order to be successful in the course. So let's begin with course format. For this course, you will have a 50-minute lecture and a 2-hour seminar each week. In each lecture, you will be presented with material on a certain topic in psychology. During seminar time, you will be involved in demonstrations and activities that expand on the material presented in lecture. Please refer to your timetable to determine what section you are in, as we have multiple sections, and the day and time your lecture takes place, as well as the day and time your seminar takes place. There are a number of resources that you will need to use in order to be successful in the course. First, you need to purchase a textbook for the course entitled Psych. You can purchase a textbook new or used from the bookstore. If you purchase a new textbook, you will also have access electronically to CourseMate. CourseMate offers a number of interactive learning tools such as an interactive ebook, flashcards, games, and multimedia. CourseMate is not a requirement for the course. However, it has a number of study tools that you may find helpful. Please note that if you purchase a used textbook, you will not have access to CourseMate. The second resource that you will need in order to be successful in the course are prep guides. Prep guides will be available each week in D2L. D2L is the name of Fleming's learning platform. Each prep guide will contain a number of questions in which you need to provide the answers. The answers for your prep guides can be found using the textbook. In a few minutes, I'm going to give you a tour of D2L, and we will open up the first prep guide to give you an idea as to what they look like and the types of questions asked. It is extremely important that you complete your prep guides on a weekly basis, as they will be needed in order for you to complete your critical thinking assignments, which I will talk more about shortly. So how do you earn marks in this course? For this course, you will complete 10 quizzes over the semester. Each quiz will be written during seminar time and consist of 15 multiple choice questions. You will be using Scantron sheets, so be sure to bring a pencil and an eraser to seminar each week. Over the seminar, you will also complete 2 critical thinking applications. Like the quizzes, the critical thinking applications will be written during seminar time. Each critical thinking application is worth 20%. You can think of the critical thinking applications as tests. Here is where your prep guides come into play. Although you cannot use your textbook when completing the critical thinking applications, you can use any of the prep guides that you have completed. So again, be sure to complete your prep guides on a weekly basis. They will help you to do well on the critical thinking applications. So how can you be successful in this course? First, you need to do your assigned readings. You will find your assigned readings for each week stated on the top of the corresponding prep guide. Second, you have to complete your prep guide and bring it to lecture and seminar each week. The third thing you need to do to be successful in this course is to attend all lectures and seminars. It has been my experience that students who attend their lectures and seminars regularly do really well in the course. If you are struggling with the course or for some reason fall behind on your studies, please be sure to let your instructor know. Your instructor can help to clarify course content, and should you be falling behind in the course, your instructor is the best person to advise you on how best to get caught up in the course and back on track. Additional resources are also available through Accessible Education Services, or AES. In looking at their homepage, you will see a number of services available to help you with your studies. Okay, so for the remainder of this tutorial, I would like to take you on a tour of D2L to show you how to access the material for the course in order for you to be successful. Okay, so what you'll see here is that I'm at Fleming homepage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log in, and you will do the same. Okay. Now once you have logged in, you'll see on the left hand side you have a number of items that you can choose from. You're going to choose My Courses. And you should have a page similar to this. Please note you will not see exactly the same as what I am seeing. These are my courses. But what you will see if you log or scroll down, you'll find the course code, which is SOCI36, Intro to Psychology. So you want to click on that. Okay, so here we are now into the course platform. You'll notice at the top here there's news. Right now there are no news items, but over the course of the semester we'll be posting quite a few. So it's very important that you log into D2L at least 2 to 3 times a week, if not more. Okay. Alright, so over the course of the term you'll see news items popping up for you. Alright, so let's look under Content Browser. So right here we have the course outline. Very important that you open up the course outline, have a look at it. The course outline contains lots of information such as learning objectives, learning outcomes, weekly topics that we will be looking at. It also contains contact information for the instructors that will be teaching the course this semester. Under Course Outline, we have a folder called Course Calendars. Now, at the beginning, during your first seminar, your instructor will probably give you a hard copy of a calendar. This will help you to keep organized in the course. Should something happen to that calendar, let's say you spill coffee on it or your dog gets a hold of it, whatever, and you need another copy, here is where you're going to find it. So I'm going to open it up because the course calendar is very important as well. So right now there's one course calendar in there, and you will probably only be able to see your own course calendar. So what you want to do is double check to make sure that it's the right lecture that you have, Thursday lecture for this one, Friday seminar, and that it's the right section number. Then what you want to do is open it up just by clicking on it. Okay, so if I can scroll down just a little bit here so you can see it, we have scheduled for you your lectures, your seminars, what's going on in each seminar for each week. Okay, so you want to, I would recommend printing this off, putting it somewhere where you can keep it handy. Okay, so again you'll see, for example, in week 7 for this particular section they have their critical thinking assignment. Right? Okay, so that's just a quick view of the calendars. Okay, so let's go back to the table of contents. Okay, so now that we're back at the content browser, we can look at another file here. This one is registering for CourseMate. So if you purchase a new text, as I mentioned earlier, you will be able to access CourseMate. So there's information there for you. On down, we have the next file is how to register online for tutor services. Please note that we do have tutor services in place for the course. Highly recommended that if you are feeling that you're falling behind, that you need the extra help, that you take advantage of these tutor services. They are free. So information as to how to sign up for tutoring, etc., all you have to do is click on this folder and it will put you in the right direction. Now, the next folder down, this is very important too because this is where you're going to find your prep guides, the course material. So I'm going to open that up. Okay. Now you won't see all of this right off because we selectively release the topic each week. What you should be able to see right now is getting started, okay, in Introduction to Psychology. So I'm going to click on that. What you're going to see here, this is a link to the video that you're actually watching right now. We've included it in there because we want all students to watch this video. Very important. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, the next we have is Introduction to Psychology. This is week 1. So let's click on that. What you will see first, and what's very important, again, is your prep guide. So I'm going to open up the prep guide for week 1, just so that you have an idea of what it will look like to make sure that you have the right one. You'll notice in the prep guide that at the top of the page, the readings are indicated. So for the first week, you need to read pages 3 to 7 and 11 to 13 in your textbook. Then what you need to do with your prep guide is to answer some questions. So for example, what is psychology? Okay, look at the critical thinking model. What are the goals of psychology? Okay, so there's lots of questions within the prep guide. Okay, so as you go through that, right, try to complete it on a weekly basis. And again, with your prep guide, make sure that you take it not only to lecture, but also to seminar. Okay. In addition to the prep guide, you will also have access to a mini lecture each week with regards to the topic of interest. Now, please note that the mini lecture does not replace the lecture or in-class lecture that you attend each week. The mini lectures are released after the lecture, and the basic purpose is to help you to understand some of the more difficult concepts in psychology. So let's say you go to lecture and you leave thinking, I really don't have a good feeling about this one concept. I don't understand it fully. If that is the case, then what you should do then is watch the mini lecture. The mini lecture will help to clarify the difficult concepts that are presented in lecture. They are also a great way to study. So afterwards you watch the mini lecture. Even before you go to seminar, before you write your quiz, you'll probably do much better. Okay? Alright, so that's where you have course content, where you can find that. There's a few other things I'd like to show you with regards to D2L and our course. Okay, we've covered the content browser. We've talked a bit about news. If you go up here to assessments and click on that, the only thing that you would probably use out of this is grades. So if you scroll down to grades and click on that, you will be able to see the grades that's been assigned to your assignments and quizzes, etc. If we go over to communication and click on that, there's not too much you'd use in there. You might use email, okay, but otherwise we won't be doing any discussions, etc. Resources, please note that there's a calendar listed in here. However, it's very difficult for us to create a calendar in D2L for all sections, so that is why you are receiving a hard copy. And rather than use this drop-down menu to get your calendar, remember that you need to go down here to the content browser and look for your course calendar in a folder. Okay, so one additional thing that I'd like to show you too in D2L is that if you go up to the top by your name, okay, you can have your profile set up, but also notifications. And this is a very useful tool. So if you click on that, right, you are able to set up your profile so that if we send out an email, if we post something on D2L, that you are actually notified through your mobile phone. So if you need assistance in setting this up, you can ask someone in IT. It's pretty much straightforward though, and it is a very useful tool. One last thing before I close is that I would strongly suggest that when you are emailing your instructors that you use your Fleming email account. If you're using a Hotmail, Gmail, sometimes it goes into our what we call spam folders. So again, make sure that you are emailing us from your Fleming account. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and we are looking forward to a great semester.